Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Otello, 1986. This is going to be another Catholic starring Plácido Domingo. Playing Othello. I don't know why they spell it without the H. But it's based on the European Renaissance bard William Shakespeare's book. And, or a play, excuse me. It's a play. It kind of, I didn't like the movie as expected, but I liked the story. It kind of played out like a ancient Greek tragedy. Not as dramatic as Oedipus, but nevertheless, Plácido Domingo teamed up with Canon to do this movie version of the opera. And, people complained that it was too short. They made it 2 hours. I thought it was too long. But then I'm not an opera fan. The opera was about 2.5 hours, something like that. And Plácido Domingo complained that the camera angles didn't capture his facial expressions. Spoken like a true conceited opera singer from Spain. He's got a huge body with this hairy chest. I think they used shoe polish, blackface, and they put shoe polish all over his body to make him look darker. Even William Shakespeare had a racism theme in the play. And then Plácido Domingo also complained that the musical score was cut improperly. They just should have let him do everything, according to him. And I mentioned in my last video that I really dislike opera. The disc kept skipping, by the way, because it had a visible scratch. Even my son saw it.
Yeah, it's totally. At first, you're trying to watch a film, and then out of nowhere, it's 0 FPS, and then it just cuts the entire movie.
It didn't really matter, though, because I was just watching the subtitles anyway. I wasn't paying attention to the Italian language, the tenor and the soprano, or whatever it is they were singing. The very slow dialogue in this one. Anyway, it's based on some composer named Verdi. It gets a really high rating on IMDb. I think a 6.9 out of 10. So it's considered a lamestream movie, which is ironic because Masters of the Universe the following year was a financial flop, probably accelerated the closure of Canon Films briefly before they filed bankruptcy. But I guess this one was somewhat of a hit. I don't know. It seems to be somewhat popular. The opera fan purists don't like it, but it seems to have struck a chord with the moviegoers for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't stand people standing around going, "Oh!" for like 2 hours. It, reminds me of my grandparents watching PBS. these opera singers just walking around and going, oh! And personally, I'd rather listen to some Japanese noise assault, but that's just me. In any case, it isn't a popular movie. I guess I take it back. Now that I look at it, it has 502 ratings. So I guess it didn't catch on during the years, but it got some lamestream movie reviewer recognition from people like Leonard Maltin, said it was perfect. So I don't know how it did. Let's see. It only grossed $189,042 in the United States. 23,076 opening weekend. So it wasn't a huge hit, but it got some notoriety from the lamestream movie reviewers like Leonard Maltin, who called it perfect. Oh, I already said that. Never mind. So, shall we get into the story? I think I talked enough about the beginning. Okay, so the beginning is I talked enough about the background. So the beginning starts out with these ships crashing and burning. This terrible storm, and it's a magnificent looking kind of spectacular scenery that's unfolding right before your very eyes. But unfortunately, it's not lit very well. It's very dark. It's hard to see, especially when you've got a portable DVD player and the sun's shining on it in my car. But you have to kind of angle the portable DVD so that it kind of sits in the shade, and I still couldn't see much. Okay, so Otello is returning on a ship from a victorious battle. He's some kind of king, and he's married to this blondie opera singer. There's this other dude, Iago. He worships Satan, the devil, and he's trying to inject some jealousy into Otello, or Othello. I guess I should say Othello. And anyways, so he there's this other dude, Cassio. He doesn't like because the dude took his job, so he's holding a grudge, and he convinces Otello to. He gets him drunk at a party. He convinces Otello to remove his title or something, and so Otello agrees, and I'm a little confused about this dude Cassio. Not to mention the other dude Rodrigo, who's in love with Othello's wife. That dude wasn't explained very well in this movie, Rodrigo. Anyways, so Iago plots to make Othello jealous by pretending that Cassio is having an affair with his wife. So he stages these elaborate plots whereby Cassio is asking for a pardon so he can get reinstated. But it looks like he's flirting from Othello's vantage point. It's all very strange how they just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time to form these misinterpretations of her faithful wife, who didn't do anything. Kind of reminds me of my second marriage to his mother. But in any case, she's innocent. Othello starts to believe that she's a whore, and he starts treating her badly, like throwing her up against the fireplace mantle, stuff like that. They steal a handkerchief and forcibly take it from the maid. Iago does. Then he plants it in Cassio's home to make to kind of seal the fate of Othello or Otello, whatever the case may be. Anyways, I guess the H is silent in Italian. Who knows? But so this Otello dude is Plácido Domingo with his chest hanging out throughout the entire movie, showing off his beefy chest. He's I think we should call him Brutus Beefcake. But anyways, he's showing off his tenor voice, making all these facial expressions like he's angry, and eventually he kills his wife. The Cassio is promoted because there's some kind of parliamentary stuff going on. Well, Othello is sinking deeper into the abyss of jealousy. I guess it's affecting his ability to rule. I don't know. I'm just making conjecture here because apparently the opera is more detailed than the film. I probably shouldn't be comparing the two in the first place, but he does throw a spear through Iago, which when he finds out from the maid that he was betrayed and the handkerchief was actually stolen, forcibly taken from her. Why she waited so long to tell Othello is really a mystery. I guess she wasn't aware of the comings and goings of Othello's actual jealousy until it was too late. But he throws a spear through Iago. Supposedly in the play, the spear just injures the Iago, so there's another difference. Not that it matters, but I don't know. I'm not an opera fan. Even if I was an opera fan, a purist like some of these reviewers on IMDb, I'd probably be nitpicky about it. But I'm not a fan of the music. I don't like opera. I never did, even when I was a kid. I think I got turned off by it from my grandparents watching it on PBS. Yeah, it was a painful 2 hours. The story was pretty decent, though. I'm not saying I liked the movie, but yeah, the story to me was intriguing, and that was the only high point. The rest of the movie pretty much was a real stinker, as I expected. I liked it a little bit better, though, because of the Shakespearean play story. So it did exceed my expectation a little bit. Nolan talks movies. Hey, how's it going? I got somebody in my chat room. Cool. Seems like every time I do a movie review, I get somebody who's comes in to chat. I wasn't expecting Nolan talks movies, but welcome. I'm just doing this movie review from the perspective of the opera agnostic, somebody who's not an opera fan. So I have seen the Magic Flute, Ingmar Bergman's 1975, which I absolutely hated. And this one's a little better, but that's not saying much. It's one of my least favorite genres, actually. Right down there with kids' movies, sports documentaries, and romantic comedies. But I thought Plácido Domingo was kind of conceited, the way he talked bad about the film after it was made. And he had his big hairy chest hanging out, and his shoe polish skin, and the afro wig was kind of, I don't know. I had to broaden my horizons, you know. I got to watch everything, so especially if it's canon related. So, anyways, howdy, Nolan Talks Movies. I think I'm going to take a little nap right now. A little nappy poo. Adrian's probably at work right now. And, let's see. I forgot to mention to him in my last video, I got this movie. It's like the Hanoi Hilton. It's like a POW, MIA kind of torture movie. It's got John McCain, the guy who got beat over the head too many times by the Viet Cong, became a Congress creator as a result. And that's on the bonus features, supposedly. So it's another canon flick. It's probably a lot like the Missing in Action Chuck Norris series, I'm guessing. So that should be interesting. It'd be interesting to see the kind of cruel North Vietnamese torture tactics that they come up with, in supposedly based on actual torture that they had to endure. So that'll be my next review after I take my little nap later.